does a holiday mean to you? Is your dream getaway a fly and flop break in the sun? Or maybe you prefer soaking up some culture on a city break? Or perhaps ramping up your heart rate and getting the adrenaline pumping is more your thing.
This is ridiculous.
Well, if that's you, then this show is for you as we look back at some of our most adrenaline-packed adventures here on the program. And we'll kick off with the time I headed to Peru to take on one of the world's tallest waterfalls, where the quickest way down is also the scariest. The main attraction here is Yumbila Waterfall. At a whopping 895 meters, it's the 5th tallest in the world. This team is setting up the first professional venture here.
El turismo de aventura aquí en Amazonas tiene un alto potencial para desarrollarse. Si bien es cierto, el canyoning o el barranquismo es un deporte nuevo que está entrando aquí al Perú. Aquí hay mucho potencial para poder desarrollar, hay muchos deportistas y sobre todo la región Amazonas se presta mucho para que puedan hacer este tipo de deportes.
Yumbila is split into 4 almost sheer drops, and I'm going to try and abseil down the bottom section with a lot of help.
So this is where it starts. I'm going to rappel down here, down this little waterfall, about 10 or 12 meters into a pool, and then from there we'll abseil down the rest of the waterfall, which is about a 70-meter drop. And I'm one of the first people to do this.
Before we can start, the team must meticulously anchor a system of ropes into the rock face. Then it's my turn to prepare.
Never that glamorous getting into a wetsuit, but I'll be glad of it. This water looks cold.
I'm attached to a harness and instructed on the safety apparatus that will allow me to control my descent.
That releases
Con su peso se va a deslizar.
with your weight. Your legs, Carmen, 90 degrees better. Hold it but lean backwards.
Taking off is terrifying. I put my feet against the wall and slowly inch down to the pool. It's hard to stay up with the constant pressure of the water pushing me backwards. And I'm told this is the easy part.
Okay.
We reach the tiny ledge overlooking the last 70 meters and prepare for our descent. So far, so good. But halfway down, I'm in for a shock.
Slightly unnerving that we're going to lose the rock now. We're going to go into free fall. Ah! I can do this. Yeah, this is good.
Without the rock face, I'm literally hanging.
It's hard work on my hands. Basically, this rope is holding my body weight. I'm having to release the rope to get me down.
This way of coming down is faster and scarier than before, but a lot more exciting. We reached the last part of the descent, and I'm so relieved to finally get to the bottom.
I know it's crazy. I didn't expect quite so much water. Oh, that was amazing. What a rush.
Yeah.
Bye.
And once the cold and the terror disappear, I feel lucky to be one of the few people to have experienced this wilderness while it's still a bit of a secret from the outside world. From the waterfalls of South America to the vast desert plains of Abu Dhabi now, where Rajan got the chance to meet some of the world's most dedicated petrol heads as they try to conquer a range of truly enormous dunes there. And as they say, fasten your seatbelts. This is going to be a bumpy ride.
At this annual sports festival, there are camel and horse races. But basically, this is party time for petrol heads, attracting tens of thousands from all over the Gulf region. And truth be told, it's very much a male domain. Boy racers and supposedly respectable grown-ups too bring their four-wheel drives and buggies for a romp on the dunes. And you don't get much bigger than the Tal Marib. 300 metres high at an incline of 50 degrees.
It's crazy here, it's madness, anarchy almost. All these boy racers and man racers getting it out of their system. But I'm going to meet a guy now who's a bit of a seasoned campaigner here. Mohammed, hi, how are you? Can I pop in and you show me a little bit of skills?
By day, Mohammed is the director of his own business, whilst also studying for a PhD. But this is his real passion.
I think I was born with this thing in my blood. So I remember like when they used to wake me up for school, and you know, when we were kids, like, oh, come on, I want to sleep a little more. And they would say, Mohammed, here are the keys, go and start your brother's car. And I will just jump out of bed and go, just for that, you know, moment and excitement, yeah.
So Mohammed, tell me, how long have you been coming to this festival for?
I recall I came the first time here in 2006. It has been growing so fast. Initially, I recall we used to come and find only few tents. Right now, it is like a complete festival.
Can you show me a few of the things that you do?
I can.
Whoa, wow, hey, fantastic.
This car is like as it came from the factory. So from the factory, it has around 250 horsepower. It will not be enough to take us to the top.
Yeah. But I refuse to give up.
You know what? I've been looking at one of the world's highest and steepest sand dunes for a while now. I really want to reach the top. And luckily, I've got myself a lift.
Meanwhile, it turns out my man Mohammed, who took me for a spin on the dune earlier, isn't just an average punter here. He's a serious competitor in the nightly races between teams. Mohammed's team have been working for 6 months on this machine alone.
The intake manifold is custom made by Hogan's, and obviously all the gears and material that we have to prepare a car for 1,000 plus horsepower.
It may be a different kind of horsepower, but there's something timeless about the pre-race rituals. Gladiators coming out to test their nerve and pit their vehicles, spluttering and popping like boxes of firecrackers against each other.
What the hell? Oh, it's like a crazy box of fireworks storming up a hill, where you feel like the driver doesn't care if the whole car blows up, as long as it gets to the top.
And now it's Mohammed's big moment. The car didn't make the distance, and engine problems mean it's now a write-off and not able to do its second trial. But Mohammed didn't seem too downhearted.
I'm super excited. When you launch, seriously, under that dune, you just see like the end of it and you aim for it, and that's it. You forget about your fears, those butterflies in your stomach, nothing, seriously.
Oh, well, fantastic. Well done, my man.
Thank you.
Well done
Thank
for doing
you so
it.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
A glorious fireworks display to match the fizzing and popping of the souped-up cars.
Well, from the heat of the desert, we're now off to the icy temperatures of Latvia in wintertime to take a look back at the time Krista found possibly the quickest way to get down a mountainside. No engines or power source required, just the force of gravity and a lot of nerve.
Welcome to Sigulda's bobsleigh track, one of the very few in the world where tourists can get the same adrenaline rush as professional racers. Built under the Soviet Union in 1986, the track has played host to international competitions in luge, skeleton and bobsleigh rides, with some obvious success.
The track is now used as a training venue for several Latvian champions, but there are no competitions on today, which is lucky for me because it means I get to try it out. Although having a look, I don't really feel so lucky.
First, I'm meeting the man in control of the sled.
Hello there.
My pilot.
This is the ice track, try not to fall over. I'm Krista. Good to meet you. So tell me, what do I need to do?
No, first you needed the helmet.
Okay.
Next, get inside the bob, sitting, hold, not only the hands, but hold your body, your muscles. And we go down, and that's all.
All right, so as long as I've got good muscles, we'll be okay. I'm in safe hands.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, let's go. Get the team together. We're about to set off 100 kilometres down a very icy hill, but luckily I've got an expert pilot, so fingers crossed everything goes very smoothly.
Apart from the pilot steering the bobsleigh from the front, a team also includes pushers and a brakeman. But tourists get it easy. They just need to duck in and hold very tight. This track is almost 1,500 metres long, and you need a pretty strong stomach to manage its 16 curves.
Oh man, woo! I think that's one of the most intense experiences of my entire life. That was like being in a very, very active, very cold tumble dryer for a minute and a half. I don't even know how long it was. That was completely insane. Whew.
Another winter sport that can take your breath away is this, the skeleton. Imagine a luge with no brakes or steering aid that you ride headfirst. Martin and Thomas are brothers and they're both world and Olympic champions in this sport.
It's our home track and we did many runs here. I think for learning it's great.
Yeah, I agree, because if you learn and you can survive here, then you can survive everywhere.
You must love this sport to devote so much of your life to it. What do you love about it?
I don't like trainings and all this stuff, but what I love is competition. It's like that's the best part for me.
Well, I don't think I'm ready to try one of the full-blown skeletons, but there is a tourist version available that's a little bit more my speed. Wish me luck.
It's called a frog, and for this one, there's no crew to make me feel safe.
so cool.
OK, sticking with the snow, we're off now to the French Alps next, where a dry suit isn't the first piece of equipment that you might think you might need.
Hello.
But it was crucial when Lucy tried her hand at ice diving. It's a sport that's fraught with danger and always has to be done with a buddy and never alone. So it goes without saying, please don't try this one at home unless you're with a fully trained instructor.
No water's coming in here.
It's definitely a complicated process getting ready, which is just adding to my nerves.
And you're sealed.
Well, the good news is I can't feel how cold it is out here, so...
The lake I'll be diving into is right in the ski village of Teen-le-Lac, just a stone's throw from the lifts.
Bye-bye. The more I stare at that icy abyss, the more I just want to just dip my foot in just to get a taste of or a feel for how cold it is. I know they said I'm not going to feel the cold, but I'm really nervous about my body going into some kind of shock once I get in the water. I'm sure it'll be fine, but my mind is currently in overdrive. I just want to get in now.
You're in? Perfect.
Dan will be staying above the ice, helping me and another instructor go under. It's not an activity you can do as a group, rather one person at a time with an instructor for safety reasons.
Okay. And we rotate into the water now.
Oh God.
My initial worries of freezing to death quickly went away.
Perfect. Bye-bye.
But it didn't quite go to plan, and I had to surface.
So my mask started to fill with water, and I started to panic, so I was like, out!
After a little reminder about what to do, namely don't panic, I was mentally prepped for another go.
So I'm ready to go back in. I was only down there for, I don't know, maybe a minute or so, but it's so pretty down there, and just being able to kind of touch all the bubbles under the ice is really cool.
Okay.
This time my mask stayed put, but we decided not to stray too far from the ice hole and my confidence returned. It's an otherworldly experience under the ice, cut off from the noise and distractions above. And it's surprisingly relaxing. Only towards the end did my toes and fingers start to tingle a little, but otherwise the dry suit really did keep the cold out. For the really daring, it's possible to also free dive. Probably not for me though. I much prefer having the oxygen tank.
Well, to finish off this week, we're staying with the water, but slightly warmer this time, as we head to Japan to remember how Steve rounded off a trip there by leaving his wheelchair behind on the sand and learning to ride the waves with the help of an instructor who sees disability as no barrier to surfing. That's it from us this week, so we'll see you again next week. But in the meantime, take it away, Steve.
So, this foot. Okay, we are one. Oh my goodness.
Surfing is a year-round activity on these subtropical islands. And Taishi is an organiser for Access Surf, a local charity that helps people with accessibility needs, like mine, ride the waves.
Well, I have never been surfing before. Please reassure me, how many people have you taken out already?
始まってから今まででだいたい延べ人数で1000人近くになると思います。
I've got the wetsuit on. Let's make the most of it, shall we? Right, let's go.
And in. Well, I've been in for a ritual. Now I'm going in for recreational. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Yeah?
This way round.
With me safely on the board, the team run through a few basics.
Yeah, good. Okay, so how do I fall down? I go over?
and I push the ball away from me.
It's better.
Okay, so I push away the only thing that I want to grab. Well, I think I've got the paddling. Should we try some surfing?
Yeah.
In my journey across Japan, I've seen that it's a country that's still bound by tradition. But I've also met people who are pushing those boundaries.
Then here in Okinawa, I've seen that there's more than just one traditional culture.
For me, coming here in my wheelchair, there have been a few problems here and there. But opening up is a process, whether it's opening up to foreign travel or opening up to new ideas and experiences.
And this has been one experience that I'm definitely going to remember.